We almost felt kind of professional, didn't we?
Yous are professional. So yous are professional. They tell me it was Gemma, it was saying, and the guys also that were at there, wee Andy, it was doing the sound at Christmas light, said yous were f***ing loud.
Aye, was that at Air?
No, that was at Irvine. Tonight on the album show, it's all about what went before. A lot of great music from the 1960s, the Summer of Love. I was only 10 years old then. And in the studio, I'm pleased to have Soldier On. We'll be talking to them very soon about their brand new EP. Tonight, it's all about the music of the mid to late 1960s, but it's also the first hour. It's about Soldier On, who are in. We're going to be talking about their brand new EP. It's getting launched tomorrow at the Clubhouse right here in Irvine. It's going to be a great night.
Is he trying to get a day off?
I'm going to be there. Colin Blunstone, Rod Argent and the Zombies. The band's still going to this day. Caught them at the Renfrew Ferry last year. It was a great gig. Great to hear so many classic songs. With me in the studio, and I want to roar here, we have Soldier On. Hi guys.
Hey.
Right, we'll get you to introduce yourself. We'll start from there.
I'm Stevie and I play guitar.
Jordan.
My name is Jordan, and as Ronnie said there, and I'm the front man.
Yep.
I'm Liam and I'm the bassist.
Ben, I play guitar.
I'm Ross and I play the drums.
Now, the first time I saw you guys was at Freckfest, and there you were on this massive big stage. How did that feel?
Surreal.
We felt like superstars. I think it was the first time we'd ever played on a big stage with big tellies like that, big screens. Obviously we couldn't see the screens at the time when we were playing, but we had 2 monitors each. Normally it's like a monitor per 5. Every other gig that we've done, we had 2 monitors each. It was
fantastic.
It was luxury.
And you, Jordan, I said to you earlier before we came on air, the first thing I thought when you come on stage was, wow, great band, great sound. But then I saw you doing your thing on the stage and I went, great frontman as well.
Thank you.
So the EP comes out tomorrow. Is it out?
So it comes out, we're releasing the physical copies on tomorrow, and then digital will be available on Friday.
Fantastic. You've got the gig at the Clubhouse coming up. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be busy.
You can't beat a hot and sweaty gig.
No.
And I think the fact, free concert, I think the pub is going to be jumping. I mean, we were talking, I've never been in the place. Is it a big venue or is it big?
It's not huge, is it? Quite low ceilings.
So mind your head.
But
yeah.
The sound will bounce around, I think. I think it'll be good.
It will be good.
It's always been good, but I think this one's going to be busier.
I think I was actually going through all the kind of biogs today, doing a wee thing. And Ben, you've got that the Clubhouse is your best gig.
Simply I did say that. I did say that. Yep.
Now, Jordan, you say your best gig was Broadcast in Glasgow.
Yes.
It's a good wee venue.
Cracking venue.
And did it suit the band?
It was more so, it was a good gig. It was probably the first time that our fans that come up and see us, they started dancing and kind of singing our songs, and that was getting quite surreal. Then we went upstairs when we were drinking at the bar. The DJ was playing a lot of Northern Soul stuff, and
playing actual records as well.
Yeah, playing records. So it was really, really cool, and it was just we just kind of made a community since then.
That's brilliant. Now, two of you, Ross and of course Stevie, have said that the hack in the Harbour Arts Centre.
Yep. The hack for me was great because it felt so professional. It felt real to me anyway, because see, like waiting to go on and hear
Yeah.
Matt O'Reilly. That's what we were coming on to.
Oh, wow.
Standing backstage waiting for that. It was just
Good feeling.
nervous, man. Nervous.
That was only our second gig as well, wasn't it?
Aye, that's right, aye.
I think sometimes when you talk to bands, it comes over that way. The kind of initial gigs where they get that buzz, the live performance buzz, they tend to mean a lot more to them looking back. But the Box in Glasgow, Liam, you've got that. That's a venue I've never been to.
I've only been in it once, and that was when we played, to be honest. We weren't actually supposed to be playing. It was just a kind of...
Was that the Wednesday night?
It was a Wednesday night, and we'd been asked the day before if we could just play in Box.
Yeah.
So it just so happened they were all off, and we ended up turning up, played. And we didn't know Wembley, and the venue people were just in the venue drinking. They were all up dancing.
One fan.
One fan. One fan.
But how did you go down?
It went down brilliant. Everybody got up and started dancing and everything, so it was good. It was a good feeling.
Anyway, we're going to play a track from the EP. We're going to play Eggs for Breakfast. Jordan, tell me a bit about the song.
It's about sex, man.
Yeah.
And as you, I'm sure you know what sex is. So we'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that then. It puts a whole new... Yep, in my head now. We'll play the track Eggs for Breakfast on the new Soldier On EP.
It's just time of my life.
That's our first track tonight from the Soldier On EP, Eggs for Breakfast. Guys, we were just saying there, we were talking while the song was playing. It is a great sound, and it's like you've got something original there, but with a nod to the past.
Fair to say that.
Yeah.
Yep. As we said before, it was what was the word you said? Apt.
Apt.
The studio was very apt to what we were looking for. A lot of original equipment was there.
Yeah.
So it gave us the right kind of vibe as well.
You've got a reputation as a great live band, but when you're in the studio environment, do you try to capture that live energy?
Yeah, we did. We actually recorded it all live first, as a band in a room like this size.
That's Liam talking, yep.
Then we kind of went over it and we done like some guitars and stuff like that, but it was a kind of live feel about it.
It's got. I would agree there. It definitely has that kind of live feel. Now, tell me, as a band, how long you guys been going?
It's coming up 2 years, isn't it?
Just coming up 2
We
years.
had 2 years on the 31st of August. That's when we had our first gig.
I love that. That's what you call precise.
Yep.
So it is. Now we were talking earlier about the studio, and how did you feel when you got that final product? You've got a CD in your hand. How did you feel?
Relieved.
Good answer.
Relieved. Yeah, that's a good one. Felt proud.
Yep.
That we worked hard at something.
Yeah.
It was meant to be out last year, and then that's how. I
think we
it
just
sound
get
unprofessional, but we made it, and then someone told us, "No, you need to really. That's not good enough." So we went, paid money, we got it done. Our friend Ross Kirk was at college at the time, and he recorded it free for us, and we got it done in there. Still sounded great, but someone had told us, look, it's got to be better than that, and that's no disrespect to Ross.
Yeah.
But we then got that done. That cost money. We then had to do more gigs.
Yeah.
Finance to pay for the production
Yes.
of the CDs as well.
It shows
And then
money
the
well
mastering as
spent.
well.
Money well spent, guys. Definitely, because I've got the original songs that you did, and this sounds far, far better. Now, I've asked that. Now, big launch tomorrow. You'll be buzzing. It's going to be a great night.
It's going to be
Yeah.
mobbed.
Oh,
Busy night.
it's going to be carnage.
I love that word. It's going to be carnage.
Still up the walls.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about influences. Jordan, what kind of stuff has influenced you, music-wise?
The first ever influence that I had, the first band that influenced me at a very young age was James. And that was because it was all my dad listened to.
Yeah.
So by the age of 10 it was James. Probably now, what got me into the 60s music was probably the Beatles.
Yeah.
My dad never liked the Beatles, but someone bought him the number one. It was
The number ones,
yeah,
kind of older number one
red
singles, yeah.
And I stuck that on in the car one day, and it was just since then it's just led me on to so many other different things like the Stones and the
Yeah.
Kinks.
Because I noticed when on your website it says inspiration Mick Jagger.
Yeah,
Is that more stage presentations or?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can see you have learned well from the master.
I've not got his lips though. I want his lips.
Do you want that though? Would
Yeah.
you really want that? Now, we've got a couple of Oasis fans here as well, haven't we?
Just a few.
Just a few. I take it the Gallagher brothers have been an influence in the band as well.
Especially Liam, I would say.
As in Liam Lawrence.
Yeah.
Liam.
Not Liam Lawrence, mate.
Liam Lawrence, right? No.
No? I mean, it's a case of,
Huge fan.
I mean, Oasis, I mean, a lot of people love to hate them, but they made a massive impact on the Brit
I think that's what's so special about
on
them.
the Britpop scene.
One kind of band that I like that I hated and loved at the same time.
Yeah. Anyway, Liam, you're a big John Lennon fan?
Indeed.
Are you? Is it just Lennon, or are you a big Beatles fan?
No, I'm a big Beatles fan as well. I just think Lennon's just got a kind of aura about him.
Yeah.
You're just kind of drawn to him. Bit mysterious.
Yeah, I had Sean Kennedy on the show last week, and Sean was saying that he loves the White Album,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that seems to be the album that draws the younger people to the Beatles, because I think it's probably just because it's so experimental.
It's got everything in it. They get Rocky Raccoon,
Yeah,
that wild track, and then you've got
Oh bloody, oh bloody.
Obladi Oblada is the one that the Helter Skelter on that as well.
yeah, Helter Skelter's on that.
as
Back in
well.
the USSR, brilliant.
Mental.
It's a great
It's got
album.
everything.
For me, it's Rubber Soul though.
Rubber Soul's a great album. For me, I've got to say my favourite Beatles album is probably Revolver.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people
Great
say
shout.
that.
But I love Rubber Soul as well.
Yeah.
I'd say it's kind of close.
Yeah.
Stevie, we'll talk about venues again. I mean, you've got here, you would love to play the Barras.
Definitely.
I think that'll come.
Headlining the Barrowlands would be amazing.
It's still the best
It's
venue
packed.
around just now. I love a
Yeah.
gig at the Barras, so I do. Do you go to gigs a lot?
Yeah.
Try to when we can, don't we?
Too busy gigging ourselves.
I know, that's the problem, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
really and Stephen went and seen BDI, didn't we?
Who was
Barrowlands.
that? O2?
No, it's
That was
Barrowlands.
at Barrowlands. Me and Jordan went to see Travis as well in the Barrowlands.
That was just recent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a brilliant gig.
It's difficult for us to, if gigs happen, if they fall on a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday, it's difficult for Ben and Stevie to get
I
nights
know,
off.
of
from the-
course it is when they're
when we're
working,
trying
yeah.
to get nights off for our own gigs,
I
never mind
know.
going to see another band.
I know, it's hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll play another track from the EP. Going to play a track I loved the first time I heard it, when I heard the original EP. This is Narcolepsy. What, I mean, I'm scared to ask what it's about, Jordan.
Right, so there is again another sexual undertone behind it, but my friend, who's called Stuart Noonan, by the way, fell asleep on a girl when he was
Oh, wow. It happens.
passionately. Yeah, it happens.
It happens, so it does, yeah. They don't like it, though.
I asked him if he was going to tune in the night, but he said he'd probably be sleeping.
Oh, that's shocking. That's shocking. You would expect a friend to make an effort.
I know.
And
But that's
she-
what narcolepsy is, just fall
Yep.
asleep like that.
That's it.
And, out like a light.
Anyway, we'll play the track from the EP, Eggs for Breakfast, by Soldier On. This is Narcolepsy. That's a track, Narcolepsy, there from the Eggs for Breakfast EP, available tomorrow at the Clubhouse in Irvine for the big launch. So you're getting a free gig tomorrow, so you got to get in there and you got to buy yourself a copy of this EP. Now, we were talking about gigs. Do you have a lot lined up?
Yeah, we do. Kind of after April.
Yep.
Kind of constantly. Another trip down south, but we can't say what for yet.
No, that's perfectly understandable. So it is. Now, you've played the March of the Mods in Glasgow recently.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
You talk about it. Why
It was
don't you
great.
talk about it?
We played Manchester the week before,
Wow.
That was a headache.
which was it was a headache, but it was great.
I know, I mean, a headache the next morning.
Oh, aye.
Ah,
But Manchester was our first gig outside of Scotland.
and how did it go?
It was great. Got a good reception, didn't we?
Yeah.
For everybody.
Were they into the music? Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's Manchester, it's kind of built around.
You feel like you
the kind of
swagger more in
the scene.
Manchester. You feel as if you get there, you have to swagger like Liam Gallagher. Didn't you?
I think there was just a real community spirit amongst it, and I don't think places like Irvine or really have that. You really felt it when you were there.
That's great.
Everybody knew everyone.
Everyone knew everyone, and it was. Funnily enough, we said, "Oh, we're going to turn up here tonight, and it's going to be like the Phoenix Club and Peter Kay's Phoenix Nights."
Yeah.
And sure enough, when we get in, it is similar to it. And then when we go in the back room, it's got this Phoenix Club bloody sign. Oh, it was just,
Everybody welcomed you in though. It was like a.
That's good.
it was a big family.
Yeah.
And
It was kind of
they've asked us down for next year as well.
That's
We
brilliant.
also bumped into Clint Boone.
Yep,
Boone
and
and
then
Boone
Spiral
and
Carpet.
I saw the picture on
Saw the
Facebook.
picture. Did you see Ben's face?
I'm standing at a funny angle. It was a hard picture to get.
No. Right, tell me about Marching Muds.
It's a kind of annual series of gigs that they do in a Teenage Cancer Trust do up and down the country every kind of city. They do like a gig. They also do one in August. It's like an acoustic thing.
Yeah.
But the March of the Mods in March is the real deal. Everything, all proceedings go into Teenage Cancer
That's
Trust.
great. That's really good. So
I think they're trying to hit 100,000.
Well, last year they made, what was it, 50?
I think they're touching 100,000 this year.
Yep.
Is it all bands who are what you would say are in the mod scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mod kind of ska.
Yeah, you get some punk bands as well,
Yeah.
or you would get a mod kind of cover band, but they would range everything from, they would do ska, they would do soul, they would do rhythm and blues, they do 60s pop. So a lot of them do it kind of like us. We put a lot of an eclectic mix.
We were talking about Irvine there, and you were saying that you didn't think they had the same spirit. But we're talking about bands, and you know lots of bands.
Yeah.
So there is that kind of...
There is a good vibe.
Maybe
about it.
it is a good vibe, because everybody talks well of
Yeah.
each other. When I have bands on, they say, "Oh, you ought to get them in, you ought to talk to them."
Yeah.
And it's a good vibe.
Yep.
Anyway, Jordan, I'm scared to ask. Knots and Crosses.
No, Knots and Crosses is a love song.
Ah.
It's a love song for my girlfriend.
Oh, that's...
She better be listening.
Of course she'll be
That's the only
listening.
reason I said that.
Oh, dear, dear. Anyway, going to play track 3 from the Eggs for Breakfast EP. This is Knots and Crosses. That's the third track there from the EP Knots and Crosses by Soldier On, and they're in the studio. And I've got to say, you will see this eventually on the web. These guys are all dressed impeccably for the show today. It's radio.
It's a way of life. It's a way of life.
You don't dress like that when you go to work. Cool as, by the way.
Thank you.
So it is.
That's casual for him.
It would help if I had a job. But
Oh, you're a musician.
heaven knows I'm miserable now. It's alright. No, I don't always wear suit trousers and a boating blazer, but it's always a smart polo shirt or a shirt or jeans.
It looks cool.
Dungarees.
It looks cool. Right, going to ask the hypothetical question: where do you want to be a year from now?
Japan.
Obsessed
Ross
with
is
Japan.
obsessed with Japan.
Absolutely
Honestly, man,
obsessed with
Japan is
I think
the place to be.
Looking at what the Stripes have done,
Yeah.
and they're in Japan and
Yeah.
they're breaking waves. I think that would be really cool if we had something similar. But I think
I think just get a
What
few
would
more
you
festivals
say?
under our belt.
Yeah.
Teen Park would be great.
I think yous guys would go down a storm at a festival. I think they would eat you up.
Yep.
If you pardon the phrase. No, I do. I think you've got that sound, and in you, Jordan, you've got that front man that can command or commandeer that whole stage. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
You hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, we hope so. We hope so.
We know so.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of dates up and coming. Is that going to take up a fair bit of your time?
Yes. Fortunately enough, we don't have much else kind of off the scene wise to be doing. We've got a video that's getting done on the 31st.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, the man behind it is called
Arpad.
Arpad Horvath. He's a Hungarian man.
Yeah.
Very clever. He won Enemy Young Photographer of the Year for was it last year?
2013.
2013.
Nice one.
He won.
Yeah.
He's got some wicked ideas. So that's going to be for the title track of the year.
I was going to ask that. I take it as for Eggs for Breakfast. I'm dreading to think, well, what the video will be like. Have you got
What
ideas?
do you think we're like? Do you think we're some kind of... What do you think? Some kind of...
I mean-
whatever Karen Dunbar says.
Do you do you have an idea what you would like the video to be?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he's kind of
he's got the ideas.
forward all the ideas
Yeah,
for us.
iPad's taking the reins, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yep.
I think
We've
the
got-
ideas that he's got.
We're going to film it in the theatre in the Magnum.
Nice
We're
one.
going
Parts
to
of
take
it.
parts of it anyway. So kind of like
The small theatre, the film, but
yes,
the film
small
theatre.
bit.
Yeah.
You ever saw the video for Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones?
Yes.
It's going to be kind of like that kind of style. So kind of black backdrop and just us playing our instruments.
You're not going to fill it with people.
No, I think just
There's going to
strip
kind of
back.
more of a
I
storyline
was
to it
going
as
to,
well.
I was
so-
going to say kind of stark looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a storyline. We're going to move different locations around there as well.
Yeah. This is where I say, can I be in it? Guys, we'll play the fourth track from the EP. This is called Rona. That's the fourth track on the EP by Soldier On. The EP is Eggs for Breakfast, and that was Rona. Now, get yourself down to the clubhouse tomorrow night. Get yourself down early because it's going to be very busy. And the guys are going to be doing a set. And Jordan, tell them how long you're going to play for.
1 hour and 15 minutes.
Now that's...
Precise.
17
Very
songs.
precise.
78 of our own and the rest covers. You can do the maths.
Yeah.
But going to be great.
Listen, I was talking to you earlier. I love getting bands in on session. Is that something you would be up for sometimes? A wee acoustic session?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We can have an electric bass. So we can. We can have, I mean, normally what happens is the guys come with the acoustic guitars, the drummer comes with his wee box,
Oh,
and
no,
they...
I'll bring him a drum kit.
Well, believe it or not, when we three men came and done a session, I had Stu, the drummer, in there with a small drum kit. So, not out with the realms of impossibility. There it is. And they have the acoustic guitars, and we have the bass player just sitting at the window. And he's got his wee amp there.
Put him out the window.
You would not believe how great it sounds. But you've seen some of the videos.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
up
a
for
sort of
that.
Johnny Graham one. It's good.
Definitely,
Yeah. He can, I mean, everybody blows me away. It's like having your own gig right in front of you. And I think I'd like to see how you guys interpret some of your songs.
For the wee acoustic
It's been a while.
Yep.
To
But
do
I-
it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that it doesn't really tie in with our live shenanigans.
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't. You don't see the energy.
Yeah.
I don't dance about.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, but
But no, it's not. It's probably something that we should do just to show kind of versatility.
It's all about just stripping everything back to
Yeah.
basics. You can jump about the studio if you want.
Music can't throw sticks at people though.
But then again, the Unplugged Nirvana album,
Yeah, that's.
one of the greatest of all time, isn't it?
I was just playing that yesterday.
Yep, great album.
I love his version, or their version of The Man Who Sold the World. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm a big
amazing.
Bowie fan.
My favourites, Where Did You Sleep Last Night, the Lead Belly cover.
Oh yeah.
Superb.
Love
Vocals on it are just frighteningly good.
Now, we were talking about music that's influenced you, and when we were talking, you mentioned the Small Faces. Or was it? No, was it me that mentioned it? But you said you liked it.
Oh, we love them. We love
So,
them.
I'm going to play a track from the Small Faces, and then going to play a track from The Who.
Just don't even talk to us, just play the Small Faces.
Right, there we go.
Just do that.
I Can See for Miles, and of course, Small Faces and Tin Soldier. Now, you've been doing the rounds of all the kind of radio stations, so you have publicised it. What about the press? I mean,
A few papers, haven't we?
Paparazzi just need to give us a break, man. Just try to go for a fish supper at Mama's and they just attack me.
I think the best one was after we did Touch from Daily Record.
Yep.
But in the Evening Times, Surfing Times, Herald.
Thing is, they don't tell us though. We just saw
No,
the
just
paper.
it just seemed to come. You end up
eating a
coming
fish
across
supper and
by
you're eating
chance.
half your face.
So it's not exactly you're running out to buy the papers and cutting everything out.
Oh, no, we do that as well.
You've got to. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. So
We're
it
very
has.
proud of write-ups, even if it's just a scribble. It was in the Daily Record, it was only a couple of lines, but what was said in that couple of lines just
That was
spoke
a great
volumes.
write-up.
It was superb.
And you're in the
Couldn't
Irvine Times tonight as well, although you didn't know.
I know we didn't even know.
Not a clue.
But,
Good article about the EP launch and
Yes.
telling the people about the gig
Yep.
tomorrow night, which is going to be a cracking gig. I'm looking forward to it.
filthy.
Anyway, tell the people where they can learn a lot more about Soldier On.
www.wearesoldieron.com.
And of course, you get your Facebook page as well.
Yes, so that's facebook.com/We Are Soldier On.
It's all in towards the website. If you go to the website, you've got all the links for everything, really, wouldn't you?
Yep.
You can get Twitter, you can
Yeah.
Facebook.
The full shebang.
Your granny's house.
SoundCloud as well.
Yes, and if the EP will be available online
Yeah.
on Spotify,
iTunes.
iTunes,
Play.
Google Play, and Amazon.
What if people can't get to the gig tomorrow and they want a physical copy?
We'll have them through our online store as well.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Also, but if you don't want to pay the postage and packaging fee, then you can
Just come to a gig.
just give us a message and
Yep.
talk to us, and we'll drop one off.
None of the local shops gonna take it?
Hopefully a big Sparrow vinyl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Want a few copies of it.
Still not been there yet.
We've still not been back to Ian, but after speaking to him before, he was really keen on it.
I was-
yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah.
we've got
I was
so far.
talking to Ian from, and he was telling me big resurgence in vinyl.
Yep.
Is that something you would look at in the future?
Something that
Like
Well,
that
we've
EP is a big.
making one.
I think it's cheaper.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
It's more expensive than putting the CDs together.
We talked about it, didn't we, for a brief moment,
Yep.
but it's costing too much.
Yeah.
But we'd love to.
It's a shame because you can't make even just to have one each, just to make 5, but it doesn't work that way.
No, it
You
doesn't.
just
Quite
need
right.
to
We'll
make.
platinum, we'll get our own one.
Yep, exactly.
I know.
Exactly. You'd need to make 500 before you. It's
I
just,
know,
just the way
I
that it
know.
works, but that would be really cool. It would really suit us.
To have something in
as well.
vinyl. You never know, somewhere down the line it might happen.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
definitely down the line.
Guys, I'm looking forward to the gig tomorrow night. It's going to be a cracker. I hope you sell lots of copies of the EP. In fact, people should be grabbed at the start of it and say, right, you're not getting blooming in until you buy an EP. It's going to be a good one. I know you guys will be looking forward to it. Yeah? Come on, yes, come on, tell everybody. It's going to be a good one. Listen, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us. Ron.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Change
And
tomorrow.
listen, think carefully about the acoustic thing.
Yes, definitely.
You just say the word, Ronnie, and we'll be in.
Yep.
Okay, next week. Anyway, all the best for tomorrow night, and I'll see you all.
Thanks very
I'll
much.
see you
Thanks
all.
for having us.
Cheers.
See you later.
God bless.